This is episode 276. Spiders with swords. What could be worse?
Probably the podcast. The self-burn.
Self-burn, yeah.
This time we talk about obscure ear injuries. We talk about another Riff contest. Let us know where that should end up. And board games, and Justin not doing his podcast homework by listening to that album I sent him. And some other stuff. But it's a fun one. We are planning a new giveaway competition contesty thing, and you can help plan it.
Very good.
Very good. It's the tone control.
Oh, God. Wait. There we go. Sorry, I was fighting a fly, and I forgot to change the screen. I didn't want to start talking before our starting screen was gone. There's a fly.
Except you said, oh, God, wait.
That's right.
Yeah, a fly.
I've already forgotten what I meant to say to start this show. There's a fly in here, so if later I punch my microphone, that's why.
You know, if I'm home alone, right, and there's a fly, so I'm not alone, right? So, and there's a fly, and it's like I'm just like doing my thing, watching TV or dishes or whatever I'm doing, right? And I can hear it, and it's trying to get out or something. I'll try to get it outside, but it's not easy. And then I spend maybe 25 minutes listening very intently to my environment, trying to hear where it is, and walking around with a rolled up magazine.
Yeah, localizing the fly with audio.
Yeah, I'm trying to like triangulate where it is, right? And I, kind of tap all the blinds in the house, see if it comes out and stuff.
Right.
And then my main goal,
still.
Maybe I have to like wave around and try to scare it, and when I lose sight of it,
Yeah.
And then my goal is to try to hit the fly out of the air with the magazine.
Okay, right.
Which is pretty fun. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
And when you are successful, it's pretty hard.
It's rewarding.
It's the 25-minute thing, but like you feel like a fucking legend after.
It's like
wham!
It's a real ninja move. Yeah.
It's a ninja move, and when it happens, you can feel that it's like happening in your peripheral. Like you're not making contact, eye on the ball, but it's more like out and wham, you can just intercept it.
Yep.
You miss all the flies you don't swing at. So
Wayne Gretzky.
Michael Scott.
I have one of these, I have like a fly swatter that's like electrified. Yeah. And they are fucking experts at evading that shit in the air for some reason.
I wonder if it makes like a
noise that they can perceive or something. Yeah.
That I was going to say something less smart and say it's like disrupting an electrical field that they avoid.
I mean, I don't fucking know,
knows?
dude. I honestly
it's probably that they can hear it.
Yeah, you tell me that like a fly can
perceive
a magnetic field. Maybe, I don't fucking know. But it's just so anyway, but the thing they do, they get the most confused, in my opinion, Ohio flies. Let me say, I don't speak for all flies. The Ohio flies seem to be in their most confused state of being when they are on the glass of a window.
Oh, yeah. Because they fly towards the sun.
Yeah, and they're like, they've been trying to, they're like, I would really rather be outside. Don't quite understand what's happening to me right now. They're in this moment, and at least part of their tiny brain is occupied with like, and that's when I strike.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah, the other trick is to wait till they land on something and approach from behind. That's pretty successful with the magazine route. Like you can
sneak attack now.
Yeah, because they can't see directly behind them. Dude, one time when I was a kid, I must have been like 7 or 8.
They have those compound eyes.
Yeah, but their own wings are in the way in the back. There is a blind spot.
Oh,
and I'm going to tell you how I know this, because when I was 7 or 8 or something like that, we were at a family gathering, like a holiday, and at my grandparents' house, and everybody's there, and there's a fly in the house, right? It's just buzzing around, kind of being a nuisance. And my uncle was sitting at the dining room table, and it lands like kind of near him on the tablecloth. And he's like, I got it. Like, don't worry, everybody. I'll take care of this. And he comes up from behind it, like I was saying, with his hand palm up, kind of very gently moving above the table as to not vibrate the table. And then he just freaking gets his pinky under it and flips it on its back.
What the fuck?
He flipped it on his back from the wing, like hangover. He
suplexed a housefly.
Yeah, he just went whoop, and it just completely 180, bam, landed on its wings. And everybody was like, and to this day, that uncle seems like the last person to be able to do that kind of thing. And so everybody was like, are you serious? Did you just do that? And he was like, yeah.
He's like, you've all just witnessed my one skill. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And so I think about that all the time.
Wow.
Still, that's a core memory for me.
Unbelievable.
I really doubt anyone else in my family remembers that moment, but I was blown away.
Yeah. I've never heard of anything like I was.
So it was like paralyzed, basically. It couldn't.
Yeah.
Its own weight, it couldn't flap its wings.
It was, you flipped it over and it was like, this has literally never happened in the history of existence, as far as I'm concerned.
Flies, yeah. Because they'd evolve around that skill.
Oh, that's right. That's why we can't start using that now, or they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll go superbug on us.
Right.
Right? It's like my dad taught me to he would clap his hands right in front of him, because when you make a move, they're going to take off a little bit forward and up, and he would just go right where they are.
Oh, so they're flying into the zone.
Yeah, he's just like, like, well, I'm smarter than the fly. I'm going to clap where you're going to be. And
I do that with like mosquitoes a little bit because they fly so slow by comparison.
Yeah.
My favorite. I just try to grab them out of the sky, like
grasp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mosquitoes. Yes, that's the correct way to kill a mosquito, or just to love it. You have to have it first before you can do that. Anyway, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't love a mosquito.
I'm one of those people that mosquitoes are crazy attracted to, and I don't really know why. I've heard it's a blood type thing, actually.
Doesn't that seem like bullshit, though?
It does seem like bullshit, but I am...
That seems like bullshit born from like, I mean, this thing eats blood all day, so obviously it must be able to tell the difference. But it's like,
I think there's been some, I think Veritasium did that study.
Really?
I think it is a thing.
Now I got to watch on YouTube.
I know. So, darn. Anyway.
I know. Shame on you for prescribing me genuine entertainment. What's going on? I'm tired. We're on this house thing. We're pretty sure we found our match, and we'll be starting some building stuff soonish, and we'll probably be on the move like next June. Kind of is the landing target as far as what we're concerned with right now. Got some more meetings before
early summer.
Yeah, some more meetings before we've like down payment on anything. But yeah, summer next year, before the fall next year. But I've also now I've got that bug in my ear, so when I have a light day at work,
fly.
No, the flies. Luckily, I have these monstrous headphones on, and the fly has no hope of entering my ear, at least not until we finish the podcast. When I have a slow day at work, I will take the opportunity to start working on the house and stuff. And like we redid our floors 2 years ago or something now. I don't know, long ass time ago. I have never gone around and finished refinishing the baseboards because they have to they have to pull up and repiece the bit around the base with a little shoe molding. I never went filled the holes, caulked it, started doing painting when I have some time, and a job I don't do anymore. Boy, painting baseboards around on your hands and knees all day is something I used to be a lot more used to. It
sucks.
At 41, that really took something out of me. I was like, holy shit, I used to do this all the time.
Yeah, getting off the floor from playing with my kid is, I'm going to be 37 in 3 weeks. It's awful. It is the worst. That
gets better, I think. There's something... Your kid is of an age and size where you bend over more than you will ever have to again. So you will, you're going to keep getting older, but it's actually going to be a little less bad, I think.
Yeah, because the timeline, Jack grows up in doesn't need me to crouch down as much.
Pretty soon and then you'll only be crouched when he's climbing on you. And that's a little bit.
You know what I really got to do is I have like super tight hips and my knees are in questionable shape. They just hurt all the time. But when I remember, which is basically never, when I remember to add some powdered collagen peptides to my intake, whether it be water or coffee or whatever.
Just an additive, yeah.
Yeah, it's a flavorless powdered additive that is collagen peptides, which is basically kind of lubes up all of the joint interactions in the human form. And it's noticeable. Like I definitely know when I've taken it as far as like just like the general kind of pep.
Your vibe.
And like how I just feel like lighter on my feet about it when I have it. And I just never remember to because it's like a little expensive and not that necessary. But at the same time, I'm like, is this how everybody feels? Is this how like it should feel to be a human? Because everything else is sore.
Well, a few months ago we were talking. I can't actually remember if this was on the show or off the show, but we were talking about losing weight and stuff. Like you and I both had sort of coincident that we didn't discuss, and then we were like, "Oh my God, same." Yeah. But that helps. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But holy crap, like the difference just in carrying myself around and. So it's all right. So it takes it out of me painting some baseboards, but then I was like, then again, 2 years ago, I would have been sore all the next day. And now I'm like 4 hours later, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So.
Yeah, I definitely know that. I think also if I go through a phase where I drop a lot of weight, like pretty successfully, for like to cause a trend, it must just be that my posture is better as a result of all of that as well. Cause I feel taller sometimes. Do you ever wake up and like just kind of feel like you're a little more upright? And I can't tell, is it like,
Maybe.
am I? Or I'm not actually, but like, is that from losing weight or is it because I'm just like standing up taller right now? I can't tell.
Yeah. Side effect of whatever caused the weight to drop, right? Like, I don't know. You're just doing something. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
So anyway.
What's up?
I got a crazy fucking story.
That's my thing. Yeah.
You want to hear a crazy fucking story?
You mean besides flipping a fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to like go ahead and tell Allison's story because it's so fucking wild and she's been sharing it online. Allison is the singer of my band.
Okay.
Or one of the singers of my band. She's righteous, sounds amazing. One of the best singers I've ever like hung out around with and certainly worked with in any professional capacity. So that's cool and that's great. And, she's really fun and awesome. So anyway, she's at this wedding as a bridesmaid like 2 weekends ago. Yeah, or first weekend in October. Maybe that was last weekend. So 2 weeks. Anyway, she's in this. So I don't know how to describe Allison's whole vibe, but she's like kind of like neo-goth, I guess you could put it.
Okay.
So she's like got the dark, spooky girlfriend vibe, right?
Yeah. All right.
But also is like it's not the only thing going on with her, which is cool. She's like clashing styles in a really fun way. So anyway, at this wedding, the bride, who has a similar vibe, is wearing a crown. And all the place is amazing. The dresses are amazing. Everything is all not matched, but as such is matched because it's, all chaotic and stuff. Mm-hmm. So she's wearing this crown. And it's the kind that kind of sits on the back of your head and points out like a sun, like sunbeams.
Okay.
Instead of like on the top of your head like a baseball hat and goes up. It's not like that. It's kind of tipped back and goes out.
Okay.
And it's got a bunch of spines coming out in like a semicircle. Long, sharp, pointy. Okay. Looks amazing. Like just some of the coolest wedding photos I've ever seen. Go through the wedding, right? There's a photo op couch hangout area as part of the venue. At the end of the night, she says they go to sit on the couch and do some final shots for the big day. And as they're doing that and arranging themselves, the bride at one point leans over or tips her head towards Allison, and the spike of her crown, you're not going to believe this, goes directly into her ear and punctures her eardrum.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. And like also are you serious? Like, what are the odds? Not to hit like the outer ear or the lobe, nothing. No,
it's just right,
straight
exactly
into the inside. Which,
like,
it's all kind of curved around in there. And
well, yeah, I mean, you'd have to have that. Not only is this like an amazing physical bullseye, right? But you have to have like an anatomical situation that would even allow this, because not everybody's ear canal is the same. You have to have a pretty straight one if that's even going to work.
Right, because like as you put in earplugs, you kind of pull your ear up to straighten that out a little.
Yeah.
Or if you've ever had to look in your kid's ear at home, like you kind of move it around. It's that. Boom. Hole in the eardrum. Doctor confirmed it. Says it'll heal on its own in a while, but it will suck.
Yep.
And we have a gig in 20 days and or 19 days. And now we're all like, so what's that about?
Yeah.
Do we have rehearsal? And so she's like not feeling well as a result, is having a bunch of sinus stuff pile on top of it.
Yep.
I don't know if it's like, weakened because of the ear thing or just that's all connected.
It's all connected. You hope it's not like an infection. The doctor, I think, would have sorted that out.
I think she's on antibiotics already. But she says because of the pressure differential, she feels like her head's underwater.
Right.
Like,
you can't. There's no way to feel it normal. It must be dizzying and everything.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't even know what to do or and say other than like, so sorry, but also tell me everything about how that happened because that's amazing. Straight in, pow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. God, how much does that suck?
It's sort of amazing that stuff heals. It seems like a part of your body that you sort of, I mean, whatever. It's just, it's a, your body heals almost everything on it. So that's good, but holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Crazy. So shout out to Allison. Hope you're feeling okay. She probably won't listen to this.
Shout out to your good side, to your good, whichever ear still works.
Now we haven't had a rehearsal since this, and we're kind of like, she's speculating using a traditional earplug in that bad ear, and then using her monitor in the other ear to do the job. Yeah. But I don't know how that's going to go.
Right. I mean, my question is like, is sound painful on that side?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if she's been anywhere as loud as a band rehearsal since then.
She could. I mean, I'm like, God, yeah. Stick one of those foam things in there. Put some lawn mowing earphones over that side. But she could do that. She could put the monitor in the good ear and then put so she's like double coning it. But oh my God,
that's a good idea.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know the answer if that would be really dangerous to it or so. I mean, the doctor would have said avoid loud sounds, right?
I don't know. Probably, especially if she's like, I'm a singer, like, which she probably would be like, this is extra problematic because I'm like, I would say that if I injured my hand.
Yeah. I need my hand to cook with.
Yeah.
And to comb my hair.
And to come on. And to send funny messages to Justin.
Just thinking of stuff that you use your hands for.
Yeah.
I guess everybody thought I was going to say guitar, huh? Got news for you on this podcast, motherfuckers. Damn. Oh, well, man. Allison, I just realized, like, I'm soon going to find out how long it takes to heal an eardrum. Sorry.
Right? I know. I was just going to say, I, for some reason, had my camera flipped with yours and was just looking at myself in the big mode the whole time. What the fuck?
Wow, I didn't notice. You were doing great.
Thanks. I was staring into my own eyes.
We were doing so well at mirroring each other anyway that we were really feeding off of the emotion in the room.
So anyway,
this is going to be
that's a whole thing
episode.
We have to worry about. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's what's going on here. Truly, is me sitting around being like,
when is the gig?
The 26th.
Okay. It's a little while.
So this is the last Saturday before.
Some parts of your body, I mean, there's it's not like there's a lot of material that needs to regrow, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. It makes you wonder, like, it's not does blood flow through the eardrum, like the tympanic thing?
The tympanic membrane?
Yeah, because, that's what's going to bring healing goodies.
Let's think about it like this. Ear tubes, right, that you get when you're a kid, they literally are just poking a hole in that and then putting a little thing that holds it open.
That's true.
Safely holds it open. That's the whole thing. And
that's what I mean. I know it will heal, but as far as how quickly, I think it's because it's not like a cut on your arm,
right?
Which has a lot of blood flow, right? And has a lot.
Now, obviously, this is a much more devastating puncture than this tiny little thing that's like smaller than the nose on the face on the dime or whatever it is that they showed me when my kid got it. But they don't even friggin' notice. Like they can fall out.
Yeah.
The tube sometimes falls out and then the membrane just heals over. They don't even notice. You'll usually find out the next time you have an annual checkup.
Or an ear infection because the tube is gone. Right.
Right. And they're like, oh, shit. My medicine application tube is gone.
So
what the
ears,
fuck are we talking about? Well, ears are, now this actually, as you rightly point out, leads just very tangential to our typical chosen topic.
Well, yeah, ears. We use
ears,
them.
Man. We do. I'm using mine right now.
Oh my God. Same.
So, what are we here to talk about today besides ears? And
I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just trying to see if I could find that photo, but not quickly. So, what do we got today? So I was thinking about running another
play a sound.
Riff
is this worth is this a riff? Yes. Okay. Sorry, I waited too long to jump in. Oh, it's a little gentle one. I'm just going to talk over it the whole time because at this point I'm committed. Cool. So your riff has to be better than that little stupid thing that I made with the Wampler Latitude.
That was
all
me,
those years ago.
Think.
That was you?
Probably. I remember having that pedal.
It sounds like something I would do, though. Doesn't it just sound like I would just arpeggiate a couple of chords to try to make myself sound cool? I think you would.
I mean, you could take that one if you want. So a super long time ago, excuse me, like years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, we did a riff contest, and I don't know what made me think of this. I was sort of just wondering about what our next giveaway might be. And I was thinking, like, let's do a riff contest instead of just enter by clicking the button.
Just pulling a winner, yeah.
Yeah, just to switch it up. That's all. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that was really fun.
Production meeting here live.
I think, I'm absolutely on board, first of all, production meeting business. We can just live chat the rules and regs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can pin it in announcements.
But I mean, right now, let's just what are we going to do? Because
I think in the past we provided a drum loop.
Yeah. Did we? Wait, did we though?
Yeah.
Because what I remember is
I think we've done this maybe twice, but
twice, really?
I don't know now.
Some other channel did one. That lots of people entered who were around. You entered as well, but it was like a thing elsewhere.
It was a YouTube channel thing.
Yeah, it was a YouTube channel.
And then I was like, well, we could do that, and borrow the idea of a riff contest is not unique to one person, but yeah.
In my memory, though, we because they were very different, and some of them were a lot more to them. Some of them had bass and other things in them. So that makes me think we didn't make a track, drum track.
Okay.
Because how would those other things have been generated, right? I don't know.
Sure. Okay. So
maybe we should.
I think the same format can apply. So we could still do a provided drum track, and I don't know if we did this before, but I feel like I want to say now, all you need is guitar over that drum track, right?
Yeah.
If you want to add more instrumentation, please do. It is that, however, is not required. So the riff is the important part, and if you want to kind of produce it to bits, be my guest.
Right.
But it's not going to gain you any advantage as far as like how freaking nasty the riff is.
And that's tricky to say, that's easy to say and trickier to accomplish from a judgment perspective because, but I'm to acknowledge that if we hear something that's all kind of done up, but I think there's ways to do things up and fill them out that is still part of the riff. And that's what I would say is that ought to be the goal to encourage.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So like right, because if you're doing a cool riff and then the bass changes the root note and the riff is suddenly cooler, right, you need the bass for that.
Right. You've really used it. And if it's just decoration, I mean, that's fine too. But that's the trick. So, and this was the conversation I remember. I feel like it was Fluff's channel that I think you're right. Going back to, right? And I remember, because I'm sort of channeling memory, him talking about like or maybe it was I'm conflating all this stuff. It doesn't matter. What is a riff? Like, is a riff and like the difference between a riff and like if you were just pull the solo out of a song, like that's not a riff.
No.
Right? So that has to not count.
Yeah. I remember many times having the conversation, what's the difference between a riff and a lick?
Okay.
And, other such silly guitar terms.
Is it just how many times they're played?
I would say the riff is like the hook. It's the main thing.
So it has to be repeated.
Probably, yeah.
Right.
Or there's also like, I don't know, that riff coming out of the bridge is great. It might only happen once.
But it's still a riff because of its intent.
I think so. That's probably a good way to put it. Yeah, like so licks are more like, in my mind anyway, this is not casting a definition here, but like licks feel like add-ons on top of whatever the goal was, Okay. Like it's a little flourish. It's a little accent on what you're doing, which might be a riff.
Try this out. Decoration versus foundation.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Nice.
So we have to judge these though, right? Because or should we just randomize who everybody puts a riff in, and then we're just going to let the robot pick which one?
Right. So you could submit just a bunch of muted strings, and you could win. No,
that would be an extremely very community way of doing it. Like we're not even saying whose is the best riff, but if you even deign to commit a riff to the pool of riffs, then you're in. So we'll still pull it like it's a normal thing, but you don't have to emote. It's not just pushing an emote button in Discord.
Right. No emotions allowed.
What do you think of that though? Like, I
was thinking about doing ranked choice.
Oh, like a public vote.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Okay. Ranked choice voting, multiple rounds.
Or unless we want to do it just you and me.
Depends how many come in.
Here's just ranked vote twice.
I think before you'd said anything, I guess I just assumed that it would be like a judgment. We could also just
pick our favorite.
We could pick so maybe so the prize would go to the ranked choice, right? So it's not just on our shoulders, but we can still pick favorites. They'll get personal kudos, which is very valuable substance.
Yeah, it's like a Stanley nickel. But depending on what the prize is, like what we want to give away as the thing, I still have a whole box of tone control koozies in that closet right over there. Maybe we could send some picks somewhere. Send some people
I still have
some
some
goodies.
Picks if you don't have any left.
I swear
they used to be right here behind my screen.
Just moved them around.
We're both doing the same shit. Yeah, there's a box back there that I know has stickers.
I just saw them
I got stickers
a couple days ago. Oh, okay, cool. I think I gave mine all away.
Yeah, I have stickers, I have picks, and I have koozies. I have all the things.
Cool. All right. Yeah, we'll figure something out. As far as the big giveaway portion of this, like if you win the contest, we don't need to pick what the giveaway is right now, but I want to hear from people. So maybe we don't start this right away. So we've done things like Stringjoy, certainly done Reverb, Honey Picks.
We did Rattlesnake, didn't we? Did we do Rattlesnake?
Rattlesnake was part of the big.
Oh, that was part of the big
10-year give.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we've done some other stuff. We've done a lot of accessory type things. So anyway, I think obviously a gift card to Reverb or Sweetwater or something like that would be an awesome giveaway thing. I no one would say no to that. But if there's other things like specific products from specific brands, I want to know. Because if you're like, I'll totally enter if you're putting one of these up for sale or for wins,
Right.
But
and probably the fallback is, that's the thing. Like a gift card is such a.
It's so broad. Like
how are you going to beat a gift card?
Hey, dude, speaking of which, okay,
Yeah.
hard pivot.
Okay.
We'll come back to the thing later.
We'll circle back to what's a Stanley nickel later.
Yeah. Speaking of gift cards, so last week, was like a fall fest and Oktoberfest type of thing at Jack's daycare. And so, not Oktoberfest, I guess there's no beer, but they had like games and stuff for the kids, and the daycare stays open late, and the parents come. It's this big, like, just block party type thing. It's cool. As part of that, when you buy your ticket to go, you get a bunch of raffle tickets to put into different baskets. And, there's like movie night basket and a video game basket, and they're all just fundraiser things, and you put as many of your tickets into whichever one as you want, like as many as you want into whichever, for more chances to win. And I found out today that we won 2 baskets, one of which was like 8 grocery store gift cards.
Whoa, that's a hefty basket.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that.
Nice.
And then the second basket was a bunch of scratch-off lottery tickets.
Oh, Jesus.
We won like $40.
Oh, did you? Okay, I was gonna say one of the best gifts and potentially one of the worst.
Yeah, so we won like $40 on the scratchers, and I was like, Beth, we gotta like do something for ourselves with this, like, $75 of credit, basically.
Awesome winnings, man.
Yeah,
boy, there's a few better gifts in the world for parents than a grocery store gift cards.
Yeah, we got a few different stores too.
Oh, wow.
Market Basket, Hannaford, Shaw's, Trader Joe's.
You got to keep those in the car.
Yeah, one sort of general, like it's whatever conglomerate Shaw's is part of. We have a gift card for their whole family of brands. But yeah, anyway, that's all.
Cool.
That's all about gift cards.
I like that. It's so Riff contest. So we need community help choosing what the prize is going to be, the grand prize. And then on top of that, that means we're going to come up with some background, don't we? Wow.
You mean like a
like a bed. I haven't been doing those in so long that it's like, okay, now I'm going to like open up.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know a little bit ago we were talking about doing some more bumps, and we didn't get around to that. So this is sort of my catalyst to start that. And I would like to say, if you're down, maybe your entry, or if you win or whatever, could be folded into our library for between segments.
I think so. Would anybody say no to that? Right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like I'm allowed to demand it. Like if you send us a riff, it means that we're probably going to play it on the show, which means we're probably going to put it into the thing, right?
Do you want to do that for just the winner or for all entries?
I
guess it would probably help
fun
for the
to do all
structure.
Of them. Yeah. I think it would be. I think people would dig it. I think people would have a good time playing something out on the show. It's so now we have to like sort of cap the length then.
We'll do that with the drum loop, I think, right?
Yes, that's great. Okay.
We'll
give 4 bars, 8 bars. We'll see what kind of feels good, I guess. Would they like 8 bars to play with? I know last time some of them got like really long, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, because I think last time we said, like, do whatever you want to this. Like, you can add on to it, you can shorten it, you can lengthen it, which maybe would get a little out of hand. So I think if we just say, here's your loop, and your riff needs to be in this loop. Mm-hmm. Like no longer. If it's shorter, okay, but try to fit the space.
Yeah. I'm starting to get excited here. So I also feel like I was about to say something and I realized I'm starting to blow the scope out here. So feel free to rein me in at some point. But now I'm starting to think like we can't just give them one loop, because if my loop is too metalcore or something, if my drums are too metalcore and that's not your vibe, then you're not going to sound good on that. And it's not going to inspire you, which is more important. It's not going to inspire you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So what if
I was thinking about
maybe I need to come up with a few.
Said the word inspire. I think we come up with no more than 3 to keep the scope tighter. So we'll do like a hard rock one, maybe like an indie rock style.
Yeah, something more middle, and then maybe something kind of bluesy.
or country, sort of that Americana, not country, but like, I don't know. Right? Or
country and blues
sort of
are so in the same place in my mind. We're probably thinking about the same drums.
We probably are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And varying tempos, I think, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking like the country blues one would be slower, right?
Yeah, what are you thinking, like 74, 75? Just like,
hold on,
let me
where's
think
my
about
drum
that.
pad? We're just going to do this
let's
right
try
now.
76.
75 was crap, but once we bumped
Could you imagine
up, the magic really happened.
Out there. Some asshole out there is listening to music going like, feels like 96 BPM.
Fuck you, buddy.
Like you know someone's pulling that. Anyway.
It's like the perfect pitch, people.
Yeah, right.
You guys. And I feel for you, but honestly, shut the fuck up.
Do you know the podcast I've Had It?
No.
It's I've found them via Instagram or something like that. It's two women who just kind of talk about what they've had it with, but it's like social issues and like current events and stuff like that.
What grinds my gears, but it's not a cartoon.
Pretty much, but they talk about like election season, right? Stuff that's like really happening. And
they've really had it with that.
They've really had it with just like how, it's all going basically. But anyway, they had a guest on the other day, and in the clip I saw, they're like, what have you had it with? And he's like, you know what I've had it with? Is somebody wins the lottery and some asshole at home is like, well, they're going to go send half of it to taxes. There's always someone is saying that somewhere.
So it's always saying that. Wow. Yeah. Now, I mean, I agree. That sucks.
Yeah.
And is true, but
it's both.
You have picked something that does not interfere with your life.
Right. So anyway, that just reminded me. Wow. Feeling distractible tonight.
Yeah. I think this is.
I think we're in a good place.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do we'll each do a drum loop and then we'll.
Oh, okay.
Let's each do a couple and we'll see if we come up with 3 or decide to keep all 4 between them.
Okay, sure.
Let's do that. Let's do that, and we won't. This way we won't collab, and then we'll bring them together, and then we'll collab. Maybe we'll just if we don't have anything else to talk about, we could just fucking do that live.
Also, that will give me more material to work with to make more bumps too. So it'll kind of check a lot of boxes.
Double-edged stone, yeah. What did I just say? Double-edged stone?
Yeah, you did.
I know why those words happened in that order.
I know.
But
I know what you're talking about. I've been
amazing.
Trying to avoid the unnecessary violence and say, feed 2 birds with 1 scone.
How's that going for you?
It's good. Every time I say it, it works.
Successfully led it into conversation in public.
I'm going to take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's generally well received.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to write down on my Post-it note 2 drum loops.
2 drum loops.
A cool little underline. Put my pen back and stick it to my monitor where I hate it. So I make sure I do it.
I see a
this
sticky
posted on my monitor?
It's out of frame for the viewers, but I could see it back there. And now that you brought it up, I just noticed. Mm-hmm. So there's something you hate over there, huh?
Yeah, I got 4 stickies on my work computer, and they're just like, it's just I want it off and clean. And my trick for myself is only removing it when the task is done. Okay. So
what we've got here is before the next episode, we need the audience to have coalesced around a prize.
Yeah.
Right?
Reach out to us however you can.
And we are going to coalesce around 2 drum loops each.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what's all going to start to come together. And then we will have the bones of this thing. Mm-hmm. And then you'll have the 2 weeks.
Okay.
And
2 weeks or 2 episodes?
We'll have 2 episodes. What did 2 weeks? Yes. You'll have the 2 episodes.
So a month.
A month. That's plenty of time. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Submissions in Discord. You know the drill. You'll have to join the Discord to download the files.
Yep. And how can people share that with us? Can they upload to Discord? They can. There'll be a limit.
Do we have... What is our nitro level? We're level 2. You can upload pretty decently long things. I think it should be fine. They'll be able to upload MP3s for that. But we can also make a Google form that's a problem.
Right. I was going to say, if for whatever reason that doesn't work and you have it elsewhere, like a Dropbox link, you know, we'll figure something out. But yeah, if you have ideas about this or little things you want to mention to us about running this, also let me know. I literally had this thought, yesterday when I was like, what if we did this? I didn't even ask Justin first. I was like, just posting in the server, like, you guys want to do a riff contest?
No, that's
and
legit,
everyone was
feedback,
like, oh, yeah.
Feedback before we get all the way through would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool. I'm looking forward to this. This is great.
Yeah. More. Maybe I'll play a guitar.
Whoa. I mean, maybe I will. I haven't.
Maybe I'll play a bass. Maybe I'll play a bass riff.
I'll do mine all up. Actually, I was kind of thinking about using my 8-string.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll do the jazz and blues one with my drop sharp guitar.
I'll capo at the 10th fret or something and
yeah. Really. Dude, don't be afraid to capo high, you know? Capo like your guitar is a different instrument when you capo really high.
Right. Plus there's just so many less options. It's impossible to make quite as many mistakes.
There's just fewer notes.
Super high. Yeah, there's not
there's more correct notes up there.
Yeah, if you have like an instrument and you take away like half the keys, that's half the mistakes.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, you heard it here first. The higher you capo, the better guitar player you are.
Yep.
Because there's no bad notes up there. But anyway,
you got rid of all the bad ones.
Yeah, like throw your capo on the 7th fret and play your guitar because it feels really different. The action is extremely low.
Is this the future? Like, can we run like a cycle of riff contests and now we're going to start telling you this is a 5th fret riff contest?
This year. We just do it sequentially. So like, next
episode after this will be capo the 1st fret.
Capo 1, capo 2. So like,
it's really
12 more years.
And then
full octave up.
Over the course of a year, like if we did this like every other episode, right? We'd end up with this cascade we could play of increasingly higher pitched little ditties.
In chromatic scale. And then we go back down from 12.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So we got 24 nice and clean bumps.
It's like a stop motion glissando.
Ugh.
You didn't like that. So scratch that. That did not go over well.
I'll write it down, but like,
Nope. It's terrible.
I just spelled glissando right the first try.
Hey.
Feeling good.
It's going to be a good day. Too bad it's almost over.
I was going to say it's 9 o'clock at night. So anyway, as far as all that is concerned, yes, it's good. There was something else I was going to add to the notes but didn't have time, and now I can't remember what it is.
It wasn't any of the complaining that I've done about nameless famous musicians and the dumb shit that they say, right? Because that's the only thing that's come to mind for me. It's just...
Listen, if I have to enter one more riff contest... I'll never play guitar again. Here's we're only allowing you to use red guitars. That's the ongoing joke in the server.
Yes.
And you have to, if you prefer tube amps or modelers, you have to use whichever one you prefer less.
Oh, okay. It's really stepping out of the comfort zone for these.
Yeah.
So you're challenging yourself personally. Go buy a red guitar. Yep. I don't have
a red guitar.
I'm going to have to go get one.
No, you do. Your Les Paul type guitar is pretty
Did you call that red?
From here, yes.
Yeah, it's
like brownish.
It's kind of a rusty copper, kind of. Okay. Yeah. I shouldn't say rusty copper would be green, wouldn't it? It's kind of a rust. The flame maple is a bit. I think I intended for it to be red. I did this all by hand and I did not know what I was doing. So I refinished that.
It looks. The 6-foot rule.
Baby. Anyway, with the purple light on it, it looks plenty red from way back there in the dark. Yeah. So as long as I stand over there and play it for the riff contest, it'll count, right?
My light's kind of purpley pink.
Yeah, but nothing can stand in the way of the reddish of your Novo. It's not.
And the blue with the PRS is like the same, except blue. The same type
of intensity. Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and my new Novo will be the same intensity but purple.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Very excited. I remembered about it the other day because it's a 6-month wait. And I was like sitting around doing something and I saw a Novo ad or something. I was like, oh my God, I got to drum up a bunch of money. No, that part is fine. But I was like, oh shoot, like they might be working on this. No, probably not. But we're way closer than I was the first time.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Looking at like 3 more months.
That's early, early next year?
It's probably
zone.
Yeah, probably January, February. I'm targeting because it finally went through like in August to get it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. So we planned a trip to Mammoth Cave in a couple of days.
Oh shoot, nice.
Yeah, my kid has a little fall break, so she's only got a 3-day week, and
cool.
So we're just
that isn't very far from you guys, if I'm remembering.
It's pretty close.
It's like a few hours.
I think it's like only like maybe 4-hour drive from here or something like that. And we've been a couple of times. We went with you guys once, and we'll explore some different tours. I'm told that nothing is going to cause me to become having a catatonic panic attack in a tight enclosed space. But I usually get myself psyched up about caves, but usually even in the tight areas, if I stay in the back and nobody's crowding me, I'm all right. So
is it the path to exit that's like there if you need it?
Yeah, exactly.
Or to distance yourself from the group to kind of have more space.
It is like if there's people, if I'm going through a narrow thing and there's people coming up behind me, because people who aren't claustrophobic don't fucking get it. But like they'll just be like standing in, like they're waiting in a grocery line or something like that. They're just right up behind you. And I'm like, no, like I'm going to throw an elbow and run for the exit in a moment, you know? But if I'm in the back, then it's all like, I just sort of wait until there's a long path ahead of me, and I hate it because I'm like embarrassed about it. But like, too bad, because I got to survive, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, but anyway, we like it there. It's fun.
Don't, step 0, nothing to be embarrassed about. 2, 1, it's not that hard to like fall back in a group like that either. Yeah. So it's very inconspicuous. Which is
I just tell them, like, because I don't want the guides to get buggy about it. And often, actually, on there at least, there will be 2 rangers, and there's one at the back of the crowd and one at the front, because they're kind of controlling everybody. So I just tell them, like, hey, listen, like I've been through a bunch of these. I think I'm going to be fine, but I do kind of hang back whenever there's a narrow area, just because I don't want the kids kind of pushing on my legs.
Yeah. I get it. It's setting expectations even for yourself.
Yeah. And I did some, honestly, like the nastiest stuff that I've ever been through is like was in like Europe. Like honestly, and it wasn't caves. It was like historical constructions, because like they used to build shit sometimes super small. I'm like 6'1". I'm not like super tall by today's standards, but by back then. And so I remember there was like one place in the Tower of London that was like this insane spiral staircase that I almost had to like,
going to ask you.
I almost had to twist my body to get through. And there were all these like teenage girls like fucking running up and down the stairs. And I was like,
oh God,
I was like, I'm sorry, wife, you need to fucking block for me like a linebacker right now, because I am going to murder a couple of these, like, I don't know where they're from, girl. And then in Paris, we went to the catacombs, which was amazing. Actually, the only part of Paris that I thought was worth the trip, because I wasn't that impressed. Anyway, whatever. I shouldn't talk bad about a place like that. But anyway.
I mean, you're not the first person to tell me that. But
yeah, like, I don't know, whatever. But the catacombs were super cool, and I was super nervous about it. But everything was totally fine, and nothing was tight, and they really restrict. They want you to have a lot of reverence for it, so they kind of really restrict the pace of how many people can come down. So you're never crowded. But the exit stairs right at the very end was insanely narrow little spiral staircase, just like that. And I was like, welp, there's no other way out of this place, you know?
Right? Or it's like, guess I'm in the right place. Guess I'm going to die.
I guess I'll be joining all these bones. But yeah, I just had, I waited I just had to wait and let people go all the way up until Mario was like, "It's fucking clear, just run."
It's now or never.
And I was like, "Ah!"
Close your
And
eyes
it was like fine.
Skip 3 steps at a time.
Yeah. So whatever. How did I get onto this?
I don't know.
Oh, it's because I couldn't think of what we were going to say, and the panic, the blaring bright lights of dead air was right in my face, and so I announced that we're going on a trip. It's going to be fun. It's just taking a weekend. No big deal.
Wicked. I've been looking into some more New England cons to bring my droids to, and I found this is like not podcast stuff at all, but whatever.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten up to an hour and 15 yet, which has been our
we got a
fucking steady thing for the last few episodes.
And we got there's a science fiction convention in Vermont.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm kind of looking into that. It's not just like science fiction as like a written genre. It's just the whole everything, and it seems like it'd be a good fit. Actually, I haven't showed it here on the show, but I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab something across my office. Justin, make sure you vamp.
What should I do? Should I play? Should I play a sound? Oh, that's silly. I'm the only one here to react to it. Oh, that didn't take long. He's already back. Look at that.
No, this was just on my other table across from my desk. I haven't showed this. I made, I think you probably saw this.
I have seen a picture of it, yeah.
Yeah, this is my latest finished project, which is a Death Trooper helmet mashed up with a Halo helmet, the Spartan armor.
It's funny, like when you were carrying it over, I was thinking Halo, but then it looked. I'm now that I can see it and have a chance to look, the Death Trooper helmet shares a lot of design language with the Endor helmets, the Endor Stormtrooper helmets. Now I think of it, and now
the Scout Trooper.
You're like combining it with the Halo thing is like really, it's all these things kind of.
So yeah, the visor and the back are like directly from the Halo franchise.
Cool.
And then the face and sides and all the accessories are Death Trooper. And they've been kind of modified in certain areas to match up with each other. But I never really got into Halo, but I love Death Troopers, and I saw this, and let's be real, the Halo like design is great.
Oh yeah.
So it's iconic, and I saw this this is from Galactic Armory, the 3D files, and I saw this, and I was like, just as a sci-fi helmet, as a cool like cosplay model type thing, this looks extremely cool, no matter what it's from. So that was enough for me. I was like, this is just so mean looking, and I got the visor in and everything. It's like
I was about to ask you, is that a thing, or did you just take like a brown Coke bottle and cut it or something?
No, it's a thing. So this is from a face shield. It's a tinted face shield, like the kind we were wearing during COVID.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like
which are flexible because they go around the headband.
Right. Okay.
And you can get them in tint. So this is like a tinted
if you were
version.
Just in the sun. That's funny. Why would that product exist? Anyway.
I don't know. But
kind of cool.
Yeah. It's super cool. And what's outstanding about these files is they included a template to cut out the visor. Because usually what you end up having to do is placing a piece of paper and tracing with a marker.
Making your own template, yeah.
Which never works that well. Like it always looks really shitty. So that you just 3D print the template and then stencil it onto your material, and it's perfect, and it slides right in. So anyway, yeah, and I padded up the inside, which I don't think you can really see.
No, it's just a dark black void of eternity. Oh, he's got a light. Oh, nice.
I got
little
airsoft
gel pad things.
Yeah, they're like memory foam. It's actually airsoft equipment padding.
Made for helmets.
Made for helmets, and it's like $10.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what I made, and I'm really, really jazzed about it. And
cool.
Yes, I can wear it. People always ask, like, can you wear that? Yeah. It's not very comfortable. Dude, somebody laid a truth bomb
I'm allowed to.
This stuff. Right. Legally speaking, yes. Oh my God. Next time someone says that, I'm going to be like, legally? Somebody local to me who does really outstanding cosplay, I had mentioned something like having a hard time putting the pads in this thing because the eye scoops right here rest on my cheekbones once it's padded in the back. I'm like trying to figure out the best way to get the helmet on my head and like at the right height, so the thickness of the pad at the top, basically, so it would lessen the
Not
pressure
squish
on
your
my
face,
face, but still be comfortable to not let my head turn around inside it. You know, like. So anyway, she was like offering some suggestions and stuff, and it just came down to like, well, cosplay is not always comfortable. And I was like,
there you go.
You know, I never heard that, but I was like, I just know you're right. Like, of course it's not, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So then I was like, well, I guess I'll get it good enough and wear it during trick or treating, and then maybe next year,
and then be done with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trick or treating. So my girl was gonna go. She wanted to be like an Olympic equestrian rider.
Cool.
Because that's her thing, and she basically has the whole outfit already. We were just gonna like get her kind of a medal or something, and we got her like a stick horse to carry around to really just kind of sell it.
Yeah.
And then the other day we're driving home from school, and she said, so some Halloween decorations have started to go up around here. The house that there's this house, they cover their front yard with spiders that are maybe 3 or 4 feet across, and a bunch of them have swords. And I fucking love that. I fucking love that. We drive by every time, I'm like, spiders with swords, what could be worse? But anyway, so we're driving along. Spiders with swords is up. Oh my God, it came around next year, you know, because we were so, remember that from last year. And she goes, Dad, I need my costume to be ghostly because Halloween is spoopy. And I was like, you're right, kid, it is spooky.
Yeah, like
and she's
ripped, like torn clothes and stuff.
I still want to be an equestrian gold medalist, but as a ghost.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm
fucking
in.
A. All right, so we're doing makeup and your outfit. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then she told Marielle the other day, Marielle fucking didn't get it. And I don't care.
What's not to get?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to waste any brain cells on that shit, okay?
Yeah, I mean, and it's dead. Why? Because Halloween. Duh.
Shut
like,
up.
End of story.
The skeleton's already inside you, okay?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, your bones are wet.
Yeah. It's like the most disgusting thing.
Dude, have you ever, I love those, the makeup artists that do like super detailed horror stuff. I'm not a horror movie person, but I just love seeing what people are able to do with materials like that. You got to get her like with an eye that fell out or something like really gnarly, you know?
Really? Well, we don't have to buy anything else. We got the stick horse, but like she has the rest of it, right?
I mean, you gotta
so we may as
get
well.
her to
That's
scar
what I'm saying.
herself.
Yes, I needed like a. I mean, she said ghost, so I was like, I was like, so what if we get like a really sheer like pillowcase or something that you can kind of see through, and you'll just be like total. Because I go full like unsettling, right? I want to like.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You have no face, you know. What are you? I'm the ghost of an equestrian gold medalist. You know what I mean?
You got to look up some equestrian gold medalists, and then. That no one's ever heard of.
Name one from like 100 years ago.
Yeah, just be like, I'm so-and-so, and like cosplaying
I didn't
as a
live to
specific
receive my gold medal, you know?
Yeah. Someone who died in a horrible equestrian accident.
She didn't love the sheet idea. She wanted just like white face paint. But we'll see if I can, you know, but I mean, even that would be, you know, white face paint and like, you know, powder in the hair or whatever. We could make that work.
I'm thinking like, I know you have the outfit, but you got to find a way to kind of like replace a shirt or the pants or something that you can rip.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she has like
otherwise,
some nice legit. She's going to
be, I would
know,
hate to do that. I would hate to do that to like the good stuff, but
yeah.
Oh my God. I have an idea.
What?
You got to get a feedback on the horse, and that's the candy bucket.
Okay. All right. Yes, we can work with that.
And all night she has to be like, easy biscuits, easy.
She loves candy.
Yeah. She got to like be taming this the stick horse thing.
She brings peppermints to her horses that she rides at lessons, right?
I love that shit. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I saw this really hilarious video of just like public harmless pranks that are really great. And this guy he's pretending to be blind. He's got the big or the dark sunglasses on and a cane and a dog, but the dog is just a stuffed dog, like a plushy dog that he's holding by the collar. Right? It doesn't have no leash or anything.
No leash.
And he's walking by some woman on the street, and he just, with the dog in his hand, he just goes, "Ruh, ruh, 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 ruh," and like shoves the dog towards her.
What the fuck?
Right. And so she's like, freaks out. And then the guy, while doing it, is pretending to be blind, mind you, and it's still like trying to be like, "No, come on, leave her alone, this way, come on."
What the fuck? There's layers that don't make sense with itself in there. Oh my God.
Just the best.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think we can probably wrap it up.
Yeah,
here.
we can pull it, right?
I just cracked over an hour.
Yeah. Do we have? Do we need to recommend some things, or have we just been recommending things the whole time?
Kind of have, but I have a thing of the week that I was actually planning on.
Okay.
Sharing. The other one is down in my shop, but go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna play the Mayflower. Okay, so that right there. Riff or lick?
Riff.
That's a riff, right?
Yeah.
I agree, but I'm struggling to define why. All right, we'll circle back to that. It's fine.
Maybe it's the length. That's a contributing factor.
Yeah.
You could write a song around the tone control riff.
I'm smelling a new contest right now. It's all coming. It's flooding to the front.
Yeah. How about this? If you also want to recreate the tone control riff, what, double entry? I don't know.
If you do.
I don't know. Probably not. That wouldn't work for the voting thing.
It'd be terrible. Like, do I want to send out like just a koozie and a little care package to everybody who
does the tone control riff? I mean, I don't want to do that either.
I don't think we could afford to do that. Just emotionally.
I think I just want to hear people do the riff. Yeah.
Okay. What do you got?
Anyway, so last time I talked about these, which are the NFC tags that I got that are designed after the card, the thing that Leia gives R2 in A New Hope. Yep. And so now I also got a couple of these because they were also cheaper than you would expect. I got 2 of these mock packs of death sticks.
That's the Star Wars language. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, in episode 2? Yeah, 2.
Yeah, when they're running around Coruscant.
They're running around Coruscant, yeah, and he's like, "You want to buy some death sticks?" So they've made these cigarette cases with a magnetic closure.
Very high quality.
Very high quality. It's like a vinyl cutout, but it's really well done, and I keep my tags in it. So it's just kind of a cool thing. And there's even a Surgeon General's notice on the back. All in Warbesh, I think it's right.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Yeah,
but yeah, so this one's like, I can't read any of it, obviously, but it's got a falcon. It's got a falcon up at the top, and like the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah,
and some other stuff, and it says like the brand of Death Stick and all that stuff. So it's just like Star Wars universe cigarette cases, which I think is great. So nice. I got another one that's like hot pink and has a Twi'lek on the front. And just some other stuff that's like all the lore and language. Like there's, clearly a warning sticker here and the Surgeon General's thing on the back. So clever. And they're just, you could probably hold a deck of cards in here. It's a hard case. But I'm choosing to keep my NFC tags in there, which are the size of a credit card, for what it's worth.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So that's just a fun little accessory that was like another $5 for a couple or something. They're really cool.
Nice. Very nice.
I love all this like in-universe stuff that's like brands or warning labels, things like that. I'm building a Gonk droid. I don't think I told you that. But I'm doing it in the kit bash style. I'm not 3D printing it. Gonk droids being the ones that walk around and go Gonk.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And in the Star Wars universe, those are basically big batteries, like they're power generators. So I'm making a small one. Like they made those originals by stacking storage bins together and bolting them together, which I love the idea of, to make something that's symmetrical and to have a body and stuff. So I'm using just really small bins and I glued them together and I'm painting them up and stuff. So I've got some of these stickers that are like, so-and-so's droid repair. and it's got like a little 3PO head and a bunch of characters from that alphabet. And then I found one also that was like a warning sign, like toxic iconography.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about like, poisonous gases or something within. So I've got that on there. And I'm still just kind of like adding a bunch of stuff to it to make it look kind of believable. And then I'm planning to work with a local artist that I met at the con to like graffiti it and kind of tag it up with paint pens and paint markers and stuff. So it looks really like grossed out and like kind of dirty, but tagged because it's from a busy place or what, I don't know. So we're working on something like that. But yeah, all those kinds of stickers are great adds to these projects too. Because it's like a little, I've seen like the Coca-Cola logo using this lettering and it's the Coca-Cola logo.
Right, sure.
But it's still in the Star Wars font, which is great. So anyway, that's my thing.
Pretty neat. I think I gave y'all a TV show last time, so I get to go back to a tabletop game, right?
I just realized what I was going to talk to you about.
What was it?
Did you listen to that album I sent you with the weird dog on the artwork?
Why don't I have a memory of this?
I think I texted it to you, the 4 Year Strong album.
Oh, shit. I didn't.
Okay. That's fine.
Didn't.
Good thing I remembered at the end.
But my memory that you sent that to me is starting to come back.
I've been meaning, we talked about that like over a month ago. Yeah, I did send it to you. Yeah, it was end of August we talked about it, which is the last time I texted you.
Suck. I just write it in the show notes and then I can remember tomorrow when I'm putting this together.
Yeah, do that. Because
oh God, it went down to the next page. How come I don't know how to? Oh, and then it did. Derek, I'm ruining our Google Doc.
Fucking get out of here.
Can you just type for me? I'm helpless.
Yes. All right, geez. Justin. No, God, that's my cursor. This is yours. Justin, go listen to that album. The Talbum. Okay, cool. And then we go, bye. Get out of here.
All right, next page with that shit. Okay. Anyway, here's the thing. I'm going to share a screen to you so that you can see it as well. So, all right, game time. This is Cascadia, which is a beautiful tabletop game. And what I love about this, nature.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this at a bunch of places and thought like, oh, maybe we should get that.
Yeah, it's good. It has a simplicity to learning it, right? It's not one of these big bads that's going to take you forever to learn. It doesn't really take forever to play, but you're never going to run out. Like it shuffles itself really well, So basically, what's the conceit here is basically you're creating areas of land for your animals to live in and then populating them with animals. Okay, there's nothing on this page to scroll to. But anyway, other pictures. So you have these you build land out of little hexes, you put your little animals on them, and you score points based on, we'll sort of show what some of the things are, based on like where the animals are, which ones are next to
your screen share has not joined the call.
My screen share failed. I am starting it again.
Because your there we go. I thought you were doing this with your other account. Your soundboard thing.
It's just failing. It keeps starting and then kicks me out. Discord's having a funny time today. Oh well, Derek, feel free to search Cascadia, the board game, because you can see it on your screen, and I'm showing it to the audience. So, so basically you have hexes with different kinds of land on them, and you can put different types of animals, and you score points based on chunks of your forest that are all pieced together and chunks of your river that are all pieced together, and then further points based on what animals are next to each other. But these change every time you play the game. So these cards up at the top are basically the point scoring conditions for each type of animals: foxes, red-tailed hawks, salmon, elk, and bears. And so every time you draw out the game, there's like between 4 and 7 versions of each of these cards. So you don't know, like, this time salmon want to be in runs of 5, or this time salmon want to be in this shape or something like that. Bears want to be in groups of 3 this game. Bears want to be groups of 2 in another game. Things like that.
Cool.
And so you never know what's going to happen.
Factor.
Right, and the different pieces come out. We showed, my parents picked it up right away, which sometimes is a thing, and they had no trouble. And in fact, my mom won the game the very first time playing it against us, who had played 3 or 4 times. So, yeah, it's really good in that sense. You're going to have a pretty level playing field with anybody, which I really like about a game, because having a game that you struggle to share with other people makes it tough to play that game and enjoy it. So anyway, yeah.
I also, it sounds like maybe one of the games that you can be good at or be successful in playing, but still lose and still have a good time. Like that's one of the big things about Wingspan that makes it such a good game, I think, is that you can play really well. You can play really well and still lose. And
still get butt fucked by the damn card deck. This is what happens. God damn it.
But my point is, like, you can still have some amazing plays, and you can have like a great build going and stuff like that that's highly effective, and still lose. And it's kind of like, it's addictive in that way. You want to try again with see what you get kind of thing. So,
and I think similarly, this one, because I think the reason for that is the thing that's going to let you win the game is flexibility. It's not like, man, nothing I want has come up. What am I going to do? It's what am I going to do with what's here? Okay, like let your plan change every single turn kind of thing, and just go with it and see what comes out at the end. So yes, it's been very fun. That's been a good one. Not overly complicated. I like to throw a not overly complicated recommendation once in a while. So there we go.
BoardGameGeek.com has a ranking system for how complex and like how much a game is going to like take up of your mental space, basically. Mm-hmm. They call it a weight. And it's 1 to 5 down to 2 decimal places. So I don't know why they don't just do it at a different range. But it seems pretty accurate every time I check it. Board Game Geek is like the big online library and community of board games where you could find any information about a game you could want.
It's literally the first hit when I search for Cascadia.
Yeah.
What do they say the weight of this is? 1.85 out of 5.
Yeah, pretty low.
Yeah. There we go.
And that tracks with what you're saying. So, very cool.
But really good. Not low because it's brain dead and you're going to lose interest.
No, just
it's like
low could mean like easy to learn too.
That tile game, Azul, endless replayability. You will never find 2 games that come out the same. Lots of them. Some of those, like I remember the dice game that you have with this like stained glass windows and stuff.
Sagrada.
That one I always think of as one that's it happens to be within reach.
Look at that. All my games are on this shelf.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
There we go. We are done. Let's get out of here.
Let's pull the plug. All right. Thanks for coming on this latest episode of Derek and Justin Hang Out. It's been real. And good.
Used to be called the Tone Control.
Yeah, formerly the Tone Control. It's good. So what do you need to do, audience? You gotta come down to Discord. Links in the show notes. We want some ideas for what the prize should be for this Riff contest, and we want you to participate. We want everybody to participate. I think it's fair to say that you sign over your Riff to be used in the show as a bump, if we want.
As content, in the show.
And with credit, obviously, but like,
for sure. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I wrote it, and I'm not saying you can't write it into a song later, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing the little Riff version that I have in the show if we think it works. And
that's the thing. One of the old riffs that I wrote for the show ended up being a song that my old band fleshed out fully, and it's on an album when we played it live, and it's awesome. And it started life as a Tone Control project. Absolutely. It was good. So anyway, come on and do that, and we will start that Riff contest, and then we'll come back next episode with some drum loops. We'll probably sort of listen to them and decide which ones are working for us, maybe on the show. That's probably fun time to have. And while you're there in our show notes, you can also find links to our Patreon where you can become a supporter of the show, because that would be a great and lovely and wholesome thing for you to do. I want to jump in quick about the competition, the Riff contest. The quality of your recording is not a factor. So if you're not set up to record like in a big time setup or anything, don't let that deter you. Whatever you've got to send in will count.
Yeah, if you want to make a phone recording of you playing an acoustic guitar or something over the drum loop, and that is jamming, we are going to be we as a society are going to evaluate the riff, not the recording quality.
Exactly.
Absolutely, because banging riffs don't necessarily have to be well recorded.
Banging riffs transcend recording.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just wrinkled my own brain.
Yep. So that'll do it, right? Yes. Special thanks go to the patrons, and I am going to fire off this music, and it's going to be really great. Here we go. All right. All right.
Great.
Do you hear that? Fantastic. Yeah. So thanks, patrons. You are Rabbi Bob, Chill Pollins, Carson Ricketts. I always pause because I think I got it wrong. Carson Ricketts.
I'm sorry. So hang on. He's not Chill Pollins anymore.
Oh no, updated. All right, I'll just keep going. Carson Ricketts, Matthew Fenslaw, Ryzen Wolf, Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast, Andrew Walsh of Andrew's Alcove, Sean Wright of Lollygagger Effects, Doug Gann, and of course, Barf Wax Mega Whistle. And then back up to the top with a fresh name is Coert Stepland.
Yep.
Coert Stepland. Thanks very
much. A little
much.
Reversal on Stuart Copeland.
Okay. That was invisible to me. Yep. Stuart Copeland. Thanks. I mean, no. Fuck. All right. Well, whatever. See you next time. Bye.
Busted. All right. Bye.